My name is Dina, and I am 27 years old. I was born and raised in a remote, forgotten village, a place where the roads were rough, opportunities were scarce, and life felt like a long test of patience and endurance. Work was hard to find there, and even harder to keep. But when you are poor, you learn to cling to any chance that promises even a small wage. That was exactly what I did. I needed a job, desperately. My family situation left me with no choice, and hunger has a way of forcing decisions faster than fear. Some friends told me about a restaurant that needed workers. They warned me about the long walk and the difficult owner, but I didn't have the privilege of refusing anything. So I accepted. The walk to the restaurant was long and exhausting, the kind of walk that drains your strength before the day even begins. Every morning, I crossed cracked roads, dry fields, and lonely paths. By the time I reached the restaurant, my back ached and my feet were numb, but I still forced a smile on my face. I needed that job, no matter how hard the journey. The owner of the restaurant was a stingy and heartless woman, the type who counted every coin twice before letting it go. She paid us wages so meager that even a child would laugh at them, but we all stayed because we had no alternative. Hunger is a silent captor. The man who cooked the food was an old, deaf man who could barely hear his own name. I tried to be patient with him, but working with him felt like wrestling with confusion. If I asked for a plate of rice, he would hand me a salad. If I asked for tea, he brought me coffee. If I asked for a cold drink, he gave me water. I tried raising my voice, repeating myself, explaining with gestures, nothing worked. Every mistake he made fell on me, because the customers blamed the one they could see and hear. They thought I was careless when in truth, I was doing everything I could to keep the place from falling apart. Days passed like that, heavy, demanding, and humiliating. Then came the day that changed everything. I was walking to work, exhausted but determined, when a car slowed down beside me. I recognized the driver. He was a customer from the restaurant. He smiled politely and offered me a ride, saying he was going the same way. I hesitated for a moment, but then I thought, maybe he's just being kind. The walk was long, and I was tired. So I accepted. The moment I got in, I regretted it. His hand reached for mine. I pulled away politely at first, hoping he would understand. But he didn't. He grabbed my hand again, strongly this time, and tried to pull me toward him. My heart pounded in terror. When I resisted, he became aggressive. His fingers gripped my clothes, tugging at them, tearing the fabric. I begged him to stop, but he ignored my pleas. We were approaching the restaurant, and in a moment of panic and fear, I shouted with all the strength I had left. "Leave me alone!" People turned their heads. The restaurant owner came rushing out. I thought she would defend me. I thought she would at least listen to me. "Get out. You're fired. You accuse the innocent, and you're the one at fault." Just like that. No hearing. No sympathy. No justice. I stood there trembling, my clothes torn, my eyes burning with tears, not just tears of fear but tears of betrayal. I wasn't just fired. I was humiliated. Branded as a liar. punished for being the victim. I left that place. I left the restaurant. I left the entire village. I packed what little I had and moved to a big city, determined never to return to the place that had only offered me suffering. At first, life in the city was terrifying. Everything was fast and loud, and I was just a lonely girl with no plan except to survive. But by the grace of God, I found a job in a large restaurant, a place filled with light, people, and opportunities. The difference was like stepping into a new world. The manager was kind. The colleagues were helpful. The customers were respectful. And finally, for the first time in my life, I earned a decent salary. A wage that allowed me to eat well, sleep without fear, and dream again. Now, every night, before I sleep, I thank God. Thank Him for rescuing me. For guiding me away from oppression. For giving me back my dignity. For showing me that He never forgets the oppressed. I am Dina, the girl who walked a long, painful road. But God compensated me with better. And my heart, once heavy, finally found peace.